Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at 1080 snowboarding on the N64, and if you've never played it before, it's basically an extreme sports game because obviously it's a snowboarding game. This is actually the second game that I've reviewed where I can pretty much recommend the GameCube controller over anything else, because just like Lilac Wars, the control setup for this is just perfect. So at the start you've got a load of different modes and the likes. In options you've pretty much just got the bare minimal, things like view records, erase data, music and stuff like that. And then you've got training mode, which basically you go on that to learn some tricks, so there's not much point in showing that off. 2P versus is just the match race, which is at the top, so again not much point in showing that off. So we'll start with contest. In contest you pretty much do the same as the other modes. You have to choose a boarder and then you have to choose his board and you choose which style you want. So basically you can do all of this in all the different modes, and obviously different boards give you different control aspects and stuff like that, same as different borders give you different speed and stuff like that. So contest is basically, well, this, you've got to get down the air mountain with as much points as you can, well, as many points as you can obviously, and you've got to just actually successfully get down the mountain. Obviously you've got to go past the checkpoints in order to get time, and if you don't then it's going to make things harder for you. And that's pretty much contest mode. So saying this, that's pretty much contest mode and there's not really much else to talk about. I'm just going to head out and go to a different mode just to show you that off. To be fair, probably the most fun mode is actually the trick attack, which to be fair, it's very similar to the contest mode. The trick attack, the whole point is you choose a stage, just like in contest mode, and obviously you choose a border and stuff like that. And then the whole point is each stage has its own score that you've got to beat. So like that could be 4,000, 5,000, stuff like that. And basically you just pull off tricks so that you can beat the score and try and get your best score on the likes as well. So this mode is definitely, well, at least in my opinion, this mode is the most fun out of the modes, because it's the one where you can just mess about really and just have some fun learning tricks, practicing tricks, trying to do things, and it's just quite, as I say, it's just quite good fun to just be able to do things like that. Obviously the hardest trick to pull off of the game is the 1080 itself, which unfortunately I cannot do. I'm gonna really have to practice for that one. It's basically when using like the GameCube controller or the classic controller, you have to jump off something, then you hold R, do a full 360, then hold R, do a full 360 again, then hold R, the second time's hold R 360 and B, and then the third time's 360, B and Z. So it's very hard to pull off, at least I think so anyway. So this is basically the trick mode though, where as you can see, top there you've got a time limit, and you basically get the time limit again from going through the checkpoint, and the whole point is you have to get the best score that you can do and make it to the end of the mountain. And then obviously after you do one of the events here, then you can do things like view the replay, you can update ghosts and stuff like that, you can change course, like if you've got a ghost to update. So that's just basic stuff like that. Just thought I'd end it there so that I could show you that off. Time attack is basically just as you'd expect. It's one of the courses where you just beat it in the fastest time that you can. So there's no actual like trick limit or stuff like that on it. It's just simply you beat the timer. So this is the main part of the game though, where you go in and you get to choose like, well, which course you want to do, which difficulty, and each one has a different amount of courses, and you unlock them as you go along obviously, and basically the first one's 4 courses, so you've got to win 4 races, because this is literally what match race is. It quite simply is a race, and it's this is the part of the game that many people are probably going to hate and get irate at, because you've got 3 lives, and well, you might have noticed already at the top left there's a damage meter. So basically if you crash so much that your damage meter is full, then that's a life. If you fail a race, if you like come second, then that's a life. So it could get to the point where you've done 5 races on the expert course and you're just up to your 6th one and lose all 3 lives, and then you have to do the first 5 races again. There is literally no room for error in this game, and well, in this mode at least, and it's really irritating because it's the type of thing that you can't even do things like tricks either, because if you do a trick and don't land it correctly, then it can get in front of you. So every now and then you'll be, well, boarding along and you'll find a massive jump, and you'll want so badly to try a trick out just to impress people. You'll crash and then fail, and then quite literally come second and fail properly. So it's the type of thing where you really have to discipline yourself and make sure that you just don't fall off a trick or anything. Not unless you're that damn good at the game, you know you can land it and you know it's actually going to help you out. But this is pretty much in that race mode, and that's, to be fair, pretty much the entire game. Graphically, things are looking pretty good, to be fair. I actually had this game twice on the N64, hated it both times. I don't know what it was, to be fair. I think it was the controller, and for some unknown reason the VC version actually looks better than the N64 version, and it's not as if I'm not remembering it correctly, because it was about 2 months ago when I had it on the N64. So it's a bit of an odd one. And musically, things are a bit dodgy musically. Some of the tracks, personally, I don't like them, but I'm still gonna start another race off and shut up and just let you have a little listen to it.
Rob Haywood versus Ricky Winterboard. Ready? Go!
So there we go, and that was a bit of the music. The only thing I haven't mentioned, to be fair, is that, as you may notice from where I'm going here, some of the courses do have pretty obvious shortcuts, some of them don't have obvious shortcuts. So that's pretty much the only thing you can actually do in this mode to keep you sane, and that's look for the shortcuts, because as I say, trying to do the tricks, you'll end up messing up and crashing. Hell, even if you don't do the tricks, if you don't land your board properly like that, you'll crash and mess up. So, as I say, pretty much looking for the shortcuts is, well, the best thing you can really hope for in this, although it's also quite fun that if you manage to catch up to your opponent enough, you can crash into him, knock him off his board, and then steal his place. So that's quite fun to do as well. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.